Hi, friends. Thank you for joining us again. This is Food for Thought. And I'm Sunil Chandy, Father Chandy from Christ Episcopal Church. And this is a ministry out of Christ Episcopal Church. And I want to thank you all for joining us and connecting with us. And so we ask you at the very beginning of this program just to simply say hello. Tell us that you're here. Connect with us, and so that we could know that you're among our community of people who are watching. And so we have people all over hi, Natalie, how are you doing? Good afternoon to you. Hey, Jen, hello, good to see you again. And this ministry is not only, as you all know, connected to people in our region in terms of Westerly and Stonington, but also we have people all over the country, who are Florida, Arizona, Colorado. They're all watching and connecting with us. And then, of course, we have people across the globe who are watching with us, too. My mother's watching, so it's good. Hey, Dorothy Adams is here. Hello, Dorothy. Thank you for being with us. And today we have two really fun guests, and you all know them. If you've been a part of our community for a while, you know these two people, and they're foundational members of our congregation, and also just a joy to be with. But we'll talk about them in a second, and we'll introduce them because they've got some really, just exciting and good news to share about themselves and about how they deal with the challenging times that we're all involved with. But, in terms of today's food for thought, I just thought I'd talk a little bit about our Old Testament lesson for this coming week. This coming Sunday is a really powerful set of lessons, and in particular, the Old Testament lesson is actually from Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 4, and 7 through 9, and then 12 through 20. And it's really the 10 commandments that are given to this community, this new community. This community that has been that's coming out of slavery, coming into a new and moving towards a promised land. They're following their leader Moses, who is being led by God. In fact, the whole community is being led by God, and so they are a people who don't know how to be community together. They don't know how to be, civilized and compassionate and loving. They need rules. They've been told all of their life what to do, and all of their life they've been treated like less than animals, and so, or as property. And so now they have to find their own sense of agency and find responsibility, and they have to connect with each other appropriately. And so what does Moses do? Moses, at the request of God, gives them 10 commandments that range from I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other gods but me, to the final commandment, which is thou shalt not covet. And these commandments are beautiful and wonderfully arranged. It gives them a guideline, a frame of reference, a foundation that they could find themselves in, and they know how to act with one another. And so the first four are really about their relationship with God, putting God primary, and putting God's creation primary, and also taking a Sabbath day and making sure that they attribute to follow that very strongly. And then the final six are things that have to do with their relationship with neighbor, from honor your father and mother, to not murdering, not committing adultery, and not stealing, and so forth. And so those from number 5 onwards, 5 through 9, are things that they are called to do. In fact, all the first 9 are things that they're called to do. But then they come to the 10th one, which is the one I found so interesting. The first 9 are really about what you do in the world, The 10th one is really interesting because it says, you shall not covet your neighbor's house, or your wife, a neighbor's wife, male or female slave, ox, donkey, or anything that belongs to you. So it's not just an action. The first 10 and 9 are about actions. Don't do this, don't steal, don't commit adultery, don't murder, that type of thing. But the last one is about thought. It's about looking intensely in your heart, reflecting. And when you are seeing your mind wander and wayward, it calls you to rein in your thought. And I thought that was so powerful because, you have these folks and they've never been around rules before, really. They've just been told what to do, and sometimes those rules are arbitrary. But now, God gives them a set of rules that connect them to each other. And then even their thought has to be adjusted and reined in. I think that's a pretty powerful thinking because, it's interesting because when I was about 20 years ago, when I was going to the Y one day in Hoboken, New Jersey, I saw this wonderful poster, and it said, and the words still stick with me, mind your thoughts, because they lead to words, and words lead to action, and action leads to character, and character creates a destiny. Mind your thoughts, because thoughts lead to words, words to action, action to character, character to destiny. And what it reminded me of is that it all begins in the mind. The 10th commandment reminds us that it all begins in the mind. Evil intentions, evil acts, even joyful thoughts. It begins with the mind. And so in the midst of challenging times, where does your mind take you? Does it take you to thoughts that are destructive? Thoughts that are hurtful? Thoughts that lead to fear and frustration? Or can the mind take you to some other place? Maybe taking you to God and what God would hope for you. And maybe moving those thoughts over to better ways of living and creating a destiny for ourselves. I think that's a choice. No one is going to legislate the mind, especially in Israel. But what God gives us in these 10 commandments are guiding posts that help us to live better in community, and not only community with our neighbor, but with ourselves and our community with God. And so watch what you're thinking today, where your mind wanders to. And if it does wander to things that aren't good, move away and move towards joyful, hopeful thinking, so that the light of God can be passed on. Today, we have two wonderful guests who always give me such wonderful ways of thinking about the world. I just love these folks. They are so funny and engaging. And they're Jeannie and John Wilks. And their wedding anniversary just was very recent, their 4th wedding anniversary. And Jeannie was one of the first people I met here at Christ Church. And I just so admire and love that lady. And also John has been great. He was on our search committee. And so it's a beautiful couple. And so Dave, would you please bring them over? Hey.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hello. We're good. We are very good. Thanks.
I got to tell you, every time I see you folks, I just want to smile. I really do. So how are you doing right now? I mean, this is the 4th anniversary, right? And
yeah.
And now, usually in the world, we get to do all these different things, but we're kind of closed in at home. And so, so how are you handling it all?
Well, we still like each other, so that's a good thing.
That's right. What's
No,
their
I think that's important because both of us were alone at one point. Now we're together, though we have known each other for pretty close to 40 years, more maybe. But we really enjoy each other's company, and I think that's important because we're not seeing the variety of people that we would normally see.
Sure.
And even when we do, a lot of it's at Zoom meetings for chorus or choir or property committee or whatever else we're doing. And it's just not the same. So it is good that we can still stand each other.
That's right.
I heard somebody the other day on something I was listening to, and the wife had sent her husband the anniversary card that's after 30 years, and the card said, "I'm still not sick of you."
So
I thought actually it was pretty funny.
It is funny. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about Simi, right? Simi, and we're like empty nesters right now. We have the two kids are away at college, and then Daniel is at the boarding school, and it's so funny though because I didn't notice before that they were like my shield almost sometimes. When she wasn't picking on them, she was picking on them, she wasn't picking on me.
That's right. Now she can focus all of her attention on you.
So
It's all about you now.
I know it's all about me now, and so I always walk around very gingerly around the house. So what are you doing now at the home? I mean, like are you doing projects? Are you doing? And I know that Jeannie, you're into art, and what are you doing to keep your time occupied?
That's really what we do. Sometimes we go for walks. In the winter, we were actually going out and just going to places we'd never been before. Like the Ninnegrit Park down in Charlestown until they closed it down. But you could walk out there for hours and just see beautiful things and be out of the house and away from the television and just everything, and just go out and enjoy the outside world without a lot of interaction with other people.
That is a great beautiful thing because we live in this beautiful area.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and we get, and that's one thing I've noticed. I mean, I'm always in the church, always running around, always doing something. But I never really before this just stopped to see what the beauty around us.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we're very fortunate to live in this area. I think there's a whole lot of what happens kind of passes us by, and we have the opportunity to, as you say, to go out and enjoy what there is here.
Yeah.
And then I'm also looking after my mother, who's now 98 years old.
98 years old, my God.
And that can be fun. She's great.
She is. She still lives on her own. But
next door to her much younger boyfriend.
Not her boyfriend. She says not her
boyfriend, but
Bob is a wonderful man, and they spend a lot of time together and they have their meals together. So we're lucky that we have Bob to kind of keep her on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
And then us when, a lot of times too.
Yeah.
But she's doing great. She's doing great.
Now, John, she's originally from England, right?
Yes.
English, because and so there's this tenacity about her, right? There's this.
Oh yeah, she got the stiff upper lip going on big time.
Yeah.
Even now, physically she's amazing.
My God,
she'll jog down to the mailbox.
So
she runs up and down stairs 2 or 3 times a day to do the laundry and whatever else she's doing.
Oh my God, that's so great.
Yes, it is great. It is great.
Sometimes the memory's not as sharp as it used to be.
I
You
know.
know, at least she
At
still knows
98.
who I am.
That's right.
Really?
Oh yeah,
That's a
no,
good thing. It's a great thing.
she knows people.
She recognizes
Yeah.
people. Sometimes she thinks I'm her brother, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, did her brother pass away?
Oh yeah, she's the last of 7.
Ah, and you know what? That's beautiful too, because it might be like you like you remind her of her favorite brother or something, you know?
Yeah, that is true.
Except she can't remember him unless I tell her who he was. I don't know. You know, you have to take it in good humor sometimes.
That's right. I could see you, John, saying, "Look, you love your brother because you know he's like me."
That's right.
Exactly.
What's that love?
Anyway, yeah, so, you know, we do those things and we get out when we can. We do a lot of the old people stuff, which is put on mask and go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
We've been out to dinner twice since March, both outside kind of deals. And we've been away once.
Yeah,
since March.
This trip, our 2 days to Cape Cod was the first time we've been out of Westerly since whenever.
Well,
End of February.
We went to see your sister in New Hampshire.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
We did go to New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So that's not where we thought we would be, because just as this thing was hitting, we were coming back from our second trip in a year to Florida. We have friends in Florida. And we were thinking we would be doing some more traveling. Next year, we were supposed to go to France with a chorus, but that's been postponed at least a year.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of things that we would have liked to have done that we can't do.
Yeah.
But
us and everybody else.
But we got each other.
True enough. True enough.
So you know, one of the things that it's like in the midst of like challenges, right? One of the things that I think is important, and I think we all know, is that there are moments of grace. There are moments of, you know, things that, you know, I mean, so, you know, part of it is maybe, you know, John, you have this nice time to be with your mother-in-law, and experience that, and this wonderful time with Jeannie at home, and, you know, this life partner that you find great joy with, you know. I mean,
I think when you're in a situation like this, if you let yourself, you can be open to other things that might just pass by in the speed of life. You say, wow, that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah. Or you hear something that's different. You may hear the words for the 50th time, but this time you hear them differently because you're a little more open to it because you're not running around with your hair on fire.
Yeah.
You know?
And I find for us, because we have no children that we have to worry about, you know, little kids, or, you know, jobs we have to worry about doing online or going to. For me, this has been just a nice time of no stress.
Yeah.
It's really, I appreciate it every day. And I have to say, I have not yet been bored. I just, every day, it's like, wow, every day is like a Saturday to a kid. You know, you don't have to get up and do anything. You can do what you want. It's been wonderful for us, not for other people. And I understand that, but we're lucky that way.
And she has a playmate.
Jeannie,
come on, let's do this. Let's go do this.
Jeannie, I think you deserve all of this and more. You are.
Thank you.
I miss you. I miss you. I miss seeing you. And John, of course, I miss you too. But I saw Jeannie every day. You know.
No, that's true. I know. I miss being in the thick of things.
Yeah.
You know, and just seeing you and everybody who came into the office every day, and just chatting with this one and that one. I know I've told you this, but my analogy always was it was like a cocktail party every day where you had to keep everybody happy and make sure they were having a good time. And every day was different. Every day was different. It was it was really a wonderful, wonderful experience to work there.
Well, you are wonderful to be working with too.
Thank
I
you.
we love it. We love it. Now, let me ask you. You have this pastime that you have just started to engage in. It's this painting. I mean, I
Yeah.
knew you were crafty. I knew that you did every.
You're crafty, all right.
Well, not that.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
But I mean, like every year with the Christmas Bazaar, you'd come up with these beautiful shells, painted shells, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And I knew that was a real talent that you have. But you've explored it in a different way. Show us, tell us a little.
Show us, show and tell. Well, I just happen to have these here. Here,
Folks,
that's going to be Vanna. There we go.
Tell me about this picture.
This one, what I've been doing recently, well, since February or so,
Jeannie,
there are people online who do tutorials and teach you anything you really want to know. So I have found this one woman, and this is one of her tutorials, which is just pasture in Ireland, I guess it's supposed to be, with some sheep. So that one I did.
It looks like when I first saw it, when you showed it to me right before we began, it made me seem like you're doing this from your own experience, that you actually went.
This I've been there, so I had a clue of what it looked like. It wasn't, just my imagination or hers.
John, you could lower it down a little bit. We'd love to see you still.
But of course you put yourself into every painting, so nothing is the same as somebody else's, even if you're painting the same subject.
Yeah.
So that's my interpretation of sheep in Ireland.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And then this one I just finished this week.
I love this one.
And I love this one too. This one was really fun, and it's just beautiful. I just love it. It's interesting. It's creative. I don't know. I feel like I've accomplished something.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm doing.
So how many more are you going to paint?
Oh my gosh! I don't know. I was thinking about this yesterday. I was thinking, well, how many have I done? I didn't count them, but it's probably close to 40 at this point. Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. I just keep doing it and learning things, and it's really fun.
Now,
and then this is one of my favorite that she does. Where's the
there?
You see the dead clown on the beach. This is
a dead clown on the beach. Oh my God!
I had to beg. to get this painting.
I gave it, the background of that is that every single painting that I paint, I'll show it to John. I'll say, "What do you think?" He said, "Well, it's good, but it could be improved by a dead clown." So I painted him his own dead clown.
The thing with the sheep, you could have them nibbling on the remains of a dead clown.
This is devolving here. No.
Every artist has his or her own thing. And
that's your thing, honey.
I just think the dead clown would be, millions of dollars we're talking here.
You know what's going to happen, Jeannie? You're gonna be like 100, 200 years from now, people are gonna look at your painting, right? And then they're gonna scratch it and see if there's like a dead clown.
Yeah,
that was my signature. Yes,
and that won't do me any good 200 years from now.
You'll be looking down from heaven. No, but I'm enjoying it and having fun. When my kids were growing up, and I didn't have time to paint anything, but I always wanted to.
Your mother?
And my mother had a group of ladies who got together and painted. And I always said, when I retire, I'm going to paint. And I'd see something pretty, and I'd say to my kids, I could paint that, and they'd laugh, and so now I'm painting that, and they're like, "Wow, you really can paint."
So it's yeah. So right now you're experiencing in this time. I mean, I would think also like because you've got a lot more time. You're not engaging in busy other stuff. You're at home and you're able to think and be.
Yeah, and
express.
That's been unexpected and wonderful for me.
Yeah.
Because I tend to get stressed out when, I have stuff to do and trying to keep everything regulated myself mostly. And so not having anything to do, I've kind of liked it a lot. It's, maybe I'll get bored, but not yet.
No, I think it's almost like prayer.
Oh, it's very much like prayer.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know, sitting there just painting something beautiful, it's very soul soothing.
Yeah.
And
it's like the psalm for this coming Sunday is Psalm 19, and it talks about the beginning of the psalm talks about this. The psalmist is looking at all of creation and seeing all the order and the symmetry in it, and how everything is beautifully placed and ordered. And that's the thing with an artist. An artist is able to recognize, at least from my vantage point, right? Recognize the beauty, the inherent patterns in all of life around us.
Yeah.
And
wonderful.
It's wonderful.
I feel blessed that I can do this and enjoy it and maybe please some other people.
That's right. I think sharing it like this, showing it. That was I loved it. I love the colors, the way it looks. It also it's very serene. That one with the boat where it's very serene.
Yes.
And it's and is that an from around here? Is that
No, it's just a picture.
Just a picture.
Another one of those tutorials. So, everyone is a learning experience.
You still have the one from Watch Hill where you did?
No, I painted that over.
Oh.
No, I didn't like that one. But anyway,
I can't wait till you do portraits, and so then.
Oh God!
Come on, John, you should
caricatures. Dead clowns, yes. This probably isn't like your usual, food for thought, I'm sure.
No.
No.
I love this. This is because what it is I'm anytime getting to speak to you guys, it's just great for me.
It's fun. Cool. And you know what? We want to tell you how much we love being able to go to church again.
I know.
Oh, it's just makes a difference. Watching it online on Sundays, at least we had that connection, and that was good. But to be able to walk through the door and see other people, even if you can't touch them or get too close, you can wave, you can smile, you get to say the prayers out loud in community, and we get to have communion if we want to, and bunkie playing. It's almost normal.
It makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
It does.
It really does.
I gotta admit, because I same thing with me, and I'm, and not because I'm a priest, but it's just like well, maybe it is why I'm a priest, but I love it when I see you guys and see all the different people and all you coming, and even though it's sometimes it feels so awkward putting those gloves on and everything, and
I know.
But people coming and still receiving communion, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful. I can't wait till we can sing again.
I can't wait to I can't wait.
It's going to be a while, but I'm really.
I know. You know what?
I miss that a lot.
I miss that a lot too.
We hum along with the hymns.
You know what? I have to remind myself not to sing too. I
know.
Last week, not last week, the week before, I was so moved by the words of that music at the final hymn. I was like I was doing a duo with the beautiful singer there,
I know. The one thing, it does give you time to really reflect on the words, because you can't sing, so you're not just moving along, but you're reading, and that's a good thing.
Yeah,
to be able to really look at them and think about what they mean.
Well, I am just so happy and grateful that you're here. Both of you are, and that I'm so happy and grateful that you're happy. And
Yeah.
and
You know, it's good. You know, we're lucky. We're so lucky that we've found each other and have this church that makes up our so much of our lives, and we are very lucky.
Yep.
any words of wisdom to pass on to us? I mean,
Okay.
you've given a lot of wisdom already, but any
Words of wisdom.
Well, with all the things that are going on in the world, to me, the most important word, the single most important word, and this is really something I've only kind of focused on in the last couple of weeks, is respect. You have got to have, I don't care who you are, what you thought, what you believe, you have got to treat other people with respect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because everybody deserves respect. Even if they're being a pain in the neck, they deserve as much respect as you can give them.
Well, and that's in the baptismal sacrament, is respect the dignity of every human being. And that's always been a very important prayer to me.
Yeah. So I really think that's my food for thought.
Yeah.
Is, we have to start respecting one another more.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Great piece of wisdom. Thank you. God bless you both.
Love you too.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
TTFN.
I love that. Respect. Respect the dignity of every human being. Oh, yeah. John and Jeannie, amazing people from our congregation. And I just look forward to seeing them again on Sunday mornings. And I'm so glad that we got a chance to connect like we did today. Let us end our session with our prayer, a prayer that was written by Bishop Thomas Brown of Maine. Jesus Christ, you traveled through towns and villages, curing every disease and illness. At your command, the sick were made well. Come to our aid now in the midst of the global spread of the coronavirus. Heal those who are sick with the virus. May they regain their strength and health through quality medical care. Heal us from our fears, which prevents nations from working together and neighbors from helping one another. Be present with those in authority who are making hard decisions. Support the medical professionals, emergency responders, pastors and caregivers, artists and friends, parishioners and loved ones. We ask this all in your name, Jesus. Amen. Join with me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Friends, go in peace to spread the light of Christ in the world. Respect one another, respect the person in front of you, and respect yourself, and spread that light. The world needs it right now.